The experts were asked to rate America's presidents on 10 individual leadership characteristics: public persuasion, crisis leadership, economic management, moral authority, international relations, administrative skills, relations with Congress, vision setting and agenda, pursued equal justice for all, and performance within context of their times. They then calculated a score out of 100 for each. So, someone like Bill Clinton did pretty well on public persuasion. He talked a good game, and he went gangbusters on economic management, the 5th best president ever on that score. But he only got 30 out of 100 for moral authority because, well, you remember, Monica, impeachment, the whole shebang. So, Bill gets a total score of 594 overall, a ranking of 19th. Not bad, but not great. Jimmy Carter ranked in the bottom half of presidents for most things, and the bottom 10 for public persuasion, crisis leadership and economic management. But he's top 10 for moral leadership. He was a breath of fresh air after Watergate, and 5th best for his pursuit of equal justice. He did some good things for civil and women's rights, to be sure, but overall he gets barely a passing grade, 506 and a ranking of 26th. Again, not a great president. Sorry, Jimmy. So, who were the best American presidents and why? Let's count them down.
Coming in at number 10 this week, up 2 places, the Yes We Can man, Barack Obama.
Obama gets high marks for public persuasion, moral authority and 3rd best of all presidents in the pursuit of equal justice. He scores less well though on crisis leadership, pretty average on international relations, while his relations with Congress were poor. After he lost that big Senate majority, Republicans basically went into full obstruction mode.
Obama.
Steady at number 9, the great communicator, President Ronald Reagan.
True to his nickname, Reagan gets high marks for public persuasion, vision setting and agenda, and gets a good grade on international relations. He did basically win the Cold War after all, but historians mark him down for poor administrative skills. He did leave a lot of work up to others and liked to take an afternoon nap.
Oh, shut up.
The deficit spending and tax cuts as well dinged Reagan's economic management ratings as well.
There you go again.
Number 8, John F. Kennedy.
Despite serving less than one full term, JFK is a fixture in the top tier of presidents. He gets the highest marks for public persuasion, crisis leadership like the Soviet missiles in Cuba, and his vision for a new frontier. JFK does not do so well on moral authority, all those affairs, Marilyn and everyone else.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
And international relations. Things were pretty dicey for a little while there.
Number 7, a real golden oldie, Jefferson Airplane. Oh, sorry, Thomas Jefferson.
America's 3rd president is still considered one of the very best. He wrote the Declaration of Independence, served as Secretary of State and Vice President, and historians give him great marks for his 8 years in the White House as well, except on his pursuit of equal justice for all. Hardly a surprise, despite claiming to oppose slavery, he legally owned more than 600 people in his lifetime, making at least one of them pregnant.
Coming in at number 6, give 'em hell, Harry. It's Harry S. Truman.
History has been good to Harry Truman. His popularity soared when he presided over victory in World War II and then collapsed when the Korean War turned into a stalemate. He took strides in civil rights, desegregating the military, giving him high marks for equality, and he gets top grades too for crisis leadership and international relations as well.
And now the time has come for me to say good night and God bless you.
Heading into the top 5 now, and it's Dwight D Eisenhower.
How much is that dog in the window?
Yep, the historians sure like Ike, the sometimes overlooked overseer of the prosperous and peaceful 1950s, has moved up 4 places in 20 years.
America has shown her confidence in Eisenhower.
The former Allied Supreme Commander in World War II combined moral authority with administrative skills. He was courted by both sides of politics before he ran as a Republican, but he governed from the centre and worked well with a Democratic Congress. He just lacked a little bit of vision, probably the reason why he's sometimes still forgotten today.
This week at number 4, Won't You Be My Teddy Bear? It's Teddy Roosevelt.
One of the great reformers, progressive Republican Theodore Roosevelt, was a bundle of contradictions. Conservationist and big game hunter, the first president to invite a black man to dinner at the White House, he was also a believer in white racial supremacy. He was a sickly child who grew into an outdoorsman who wrestled White House staff for fun, and a war hero who won the Nobel Peace Prize. What a guy! He gets the highest marks for public persuasion, crisis leadership, economic management and international relations, and only drops out of the top 10 on one count. Equal justice for all. He really was a bit of a racist.
Let's keep it all in the family, like Donnie and Marie. At number 3, it's Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Fifth cousin to Teddy, FDR also set his sights on the White House, and not even paralysis from polio could stop him. Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal lifted America out of the Great Depression, and his leadership took the Allies to the brink of victory in World War II before his health finally failed. He takes the #1 spot in public persuasion, all those fireside chats.
My friends, I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States about banking.
And international relations as well. He's top 3 on every other score except equal justice. With everything else going on, civil rights just wasn't a top priority.
After 12,119 weeks in the charts, steady at number 2, it's President George Washington.
Must be nice, it must be nice to have Washington on your side.
America's first president was the hero of the Revolutionary War and set the standard for probity and humility by which all future presidents have been judged. The father of the nation, he established institutions including the First National Bank and the Supreme Court. The historians scored Washington top or second top by most measures. Down a little on public persuasion. No great orator, to be sure. His speeches were spare and often read by the public rather than generally heard. And he's down at 14th for the pursuit of equal justice because, again, he owned slaves.
To have Washington on your side.
And now, here's your number 1, and I can't say more than Honest Abe Lincoln.
Without Abraham Lincoln, there may very well not be a United States of America. His election triggered the Southern States secession and the Civil War that became a fight for the freedom of people living as slaves. Lincoln tops this poll of historians by a wide margin. Number 1 in 7 of the 10 categories. His highest score is for crisis leadership, vision, agenda setting and moral authority. And it's hard to argue with that.
I would argue, but I want to come back next week. This is Gavin Wood speaking. Good night, Planet America.